Hi everyone and welcome to Gran Canaria,
an island that feels like a continent in miniature, thanks to the incredible variety of its landscapes and its year-round perfect climate, which makes it ideal for outdoor adventure and breathtaking views.
Most people come here thinking of sun, sand and sea.
But if you look beyond the beach resorts, you will discover an island of wild beauty and astonishing variety. In the north, you'll find green hills, volcanic craters, and pastureland swept by the Atlantic breeze.
A softer, cooler side of the island.
The central region is a world of its own, steep gorges and ancient peaks shaped by volcanic forces, including the majestic Pico de la Nieves.
These are sacred mountains, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
And in the south, brown tones dominate, a rugged, arid beauty dotted with palm tree oases, fortress-like cliffs,
and quiet villages that remind you how close Africa really is.
We have checked out about 100 possible tours around the island, hiking 150 kilometers of ancient trails, known as royal trails or caminos reales, once used by traders and farmers, and discovering hidden gems far from the crowds.
In this video, I'll share 10 of the most unforgettable experiences Gran Canaria has to offer.
From high mountain passes to peaceful cliffside paths, from panoramic viewpoints to the charm of local life in the highlands villages.
Remember that you can find the tracks we followed in the description of this video, so that you can download them and follow them from your device. And remember that, where possible, I have designed circular routes.
All these wonders are places we've seen with our own eyes, and in this video you'll be able to choose what to visit yourself and how to plan your trip at its best.
Now let's explore them together. One hike you simply can't miss is the journey to discover the highland's most iconic landmark.
I'm talking about Roque Nublo, a towering monolith rising 18 meters above the surrounding volcanic landscape. The best way to reach it is from the Ventana de Ventayaga parking, rather than the overcrowded Mirador de la Goleta. This way, the first part of your trek will be a peaceful immersion in a picturesque valley, as you walk through pine forests at the foot of majestic rock formations. As soon as you see the monolith towering above you, you'll begin a circular trail that leads right to its base. At the head of the plateau, you will be amazed by this giant natural sculpture, a relic of a long-extinct volcanic pipe. From here you can admire the surrounding mountains up to Mount Teide in Tenerife. After breathing all this beauty, it will feel like flying as you retrace your steps downhill.
Maybe the word Güi Güi means nothing to you, but if you want to visit the most remote beach on the island, this is where you need to be.
It's a natural reserve accessible only by boat or on foot. You'll gradually get there, crossing mountain passes and small farms. But the price is worth the game. Once you arrive, you'll see a stunning beach surrounded by cliffs that reach almost 1,000 meters high. Just remember, the climb back up will test you. Just a 30-minute drive, don't miss the Mirador del Balcón Paso del Marinero, where you'll see the legendary Andén Verde cliffs.
On this trek, you will be amazed by the color of nature.
I'm talking about Los Azulejos, striking rock formations in shades of blue and yellow, shaped by volcanic and hydrothermal activity. The trail crosses mountains and canyons, offering stunning views and natural rock pools. At the top, we descended to enjoy a new perspective of the landscape. While you're in this area, I recommend 2 nearby stops. The first will take you to the charming village of Puerto de Mojan, just a 20-minute drive from Los Azulejos. You'll find the old fishing village nestled into the hillside, a picturesque harbor town full of flowers, and a beach framed by majestic rocky mountains. Then another 20-minute drive takes you to the Maspalomas dune. Honestly, we found them a bit overrated compared to the other natural wonders of Gran Canaria.
Barranco de Guayadeque stretches from the center of the island to Agüimes, forming one of the Gran Canaria's most spectacular gorges.
At the start of the trail, you will be surrounded by steep mountains with caves where ancient aboriginal mummies were found, and you will pass through abandoned terraced fields. The trail leads to the Caldera de los Marteles, a wide volcanic crater about 500 meters in diameter. Beyond the crater begins the most scenic part of the route, through sparse pine forests and a wild landscape of rocky peaks and crests. From time to time, the breathtaking views of the valleys below will make you pause. Your eyes will flow from the towering mountains around you to the sea.
The hike from Lomo de San Pietro to Puerto de la Nieves will take you on a journey from the mountains to the sea.
Beyond the village, you'll cross coffee plantations and vineyards before heading into the towering Tamadaba rock fortress. You'll feel like you're walking on air at times, passing through incredible landscapes, gorges, caves, and abandoned terraces. Once you get past the Roque de la Sombra, a stunning view of the vertical sea cliffs will open up to your left. You'll finish your journey at Puerto de la Nieves, where fresh fish awaits you. And just a 20-minute drive from there, you'll find Cenobio de Valerón, ancient grain stores.
For a unique geological experience, we explored the Bandama Crater, an ancient volcanic caldera.
Tourists usually observe it from above, but I recommend hiking down to the base of the Gran Canaria's most striking crater, which was active until around 1,800 years ago. On the valley floor, you'll find a remote oasis and pass through the ruins once inhabited by Agustin Hernandez Torres, an hermit who lived here until 2024. From Bandama, just a 30-minute drive away, I suggest visiting Terror. We enjoyed walking along its main street, framed with old houses with painted facades and wooden balconies. The sequence of squares and the town's greenery are also beautiful.
On this hike from Cruz de Tejeda to the Cuevas del Caballero, you will encounter three remarkable attractions.
From Cruz de Tejeda, you'll start a trail with spectacular views. Reaching the Degollada de las Palmas viewpoint, you'll see the white houses with red roofs of Tejeda, surrounded by rocky peaks. The first wonder you'll come across is the Cuevas del Caballero, with its rock carvings shaped like pubic triangles, symbols linked to fertility. On the opposite side of the valley, you'll see the second highlight, Roque Bentaiga, which I recommend observing more closely by driving just 10 minutes to the village of Tejeda. Tejeda, the third highlight, is a charming hillside village with steep narrow streets nestled at the foot of Roque Nublo and Roque Bentaiga. From Cruz de Tejeda, you can also reach Pico de la Nieves in just 10 minutes by car.
On this hike, you will visit the most spectacular cave on the island and walk through a valley dotted with oases and panoramic viewpoints. The route begins near Santa Lucia, crossing overgrown terraced fields. At the end of the plain, you admire the impressive Fortaleza Chica, the little fortress, and just behind it, Fortaleza Grande, the big fortress. This was the last retreat for the highlands' native inhabitants against the Spanish conquerors. As you continue, the trail leads you to the Mirador de Surreda, a scenic overlook with a view of the lake of the same name lying below. A steady uphill climb awaits you next, taking you to the charming village of Ingenio. At the far end of the village, you will be rewarded with a breathtaking view of the valley below. This journey ends in Santa Lucia de Tirajana, a peaceful village surrounded by palm groves and dramatic rock formations, an ideal place to rest. Moving away from nature for a bit, you can't miss a walking in Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, the highland's largest city. You can start your visit at the Cathedral de Santana and then explore the historic Pegueta neighborhood and the shopping street Calle Triana before reaching Parque San Telmo. We had lunch at the Mercado Central, which we got to by bus, and then finished our day at Playa de las Canteras, the city's main beach. Just a 15-minute drive away, you can also visit the Jardín Botánico Viera y Clavijo, the largest botanical garden in Spain, where we saw some enormous cacti. On this easy hike, with a gentle downhill slope for about 9 kilometers, you'll get to see 4 main attractions. But first, remember that your main point of reference, always to your right along this route, is the stunning Roque Nublo. The first attraction is Temisas, a peaceful village perched on a natural terrace and surrounded by ancient agricultural terraces. It's sleepy, atmospheric, and home to a charming astronomical observatory. Next, you'll reach the Cuevas de la Audiencia, caves once used by the native population for storage. From this site, the panoramic view of the village below is simply breathtaking. The real highlight of the walk comes when you reach the base of the legendary Barranco de Vacas, a narrow gorge carved into the volcanic rock. This hidden gem is famous for its surreal, almost Martian landscape, with smooth and red undulating walls. The light plays beautifully on the rock, especially in the early morning and late afternoon. You'll end your day in Agüimes, with its beautifully restored historic center, quiet and free of the tourist crowds. Here you can admire the Iglesia de San Sebastián and its lovely square, stroll through alleys and discover statues along the way. To return back to Temisas, just catch bus number 34 from the station. The most charming mountain village we visited was definitively Fataga. From the church, we began a hike heading north through the valley. The views were stunning, a vast panorama of the valley and its towering rock formations, with the village nestled below. After returning to the church, we explored the village, starting from an old washing area. In Fataga, the mountains provide a scenic background at every turn.
Then we continued our trek downhill through the valley. This stretch of the trail was dotted with large pools of water and palm trees, a clear sign of the area's abundant water supply. Finally, a lush landscape guided us back again to the church.
If you want to discover the highland's most iconic flora, this trek is for you.
Starting from Vega de San Mateo, you'll cross its picturesque street to end in the Barranco de la Mina to explore this green gorge. You'll see cave houses and pass through bamboo tunnels, but the true highlight will be the majestic dragon tree. The tour ends in Santa Brigida.
If you enjoy crossing mountainous landscapes, the circuit above the Barranco del Yuncal is perfect.
This route will take you to the end of a narrow valley to the isolated village of El Juncal. From there, we took a wide trek through a forest of ancient pine trees up to Cruz de la Huesita. Then a path led us towards the mountain of El Aserrador, up to an altitude of 1,500 meters, where we saw Roque Nublo.
These were the two places where we stayed: the moon in Santa Lucia de Tirajana
and a cottage in Vega de San Mateo.
And about food, in the description of this video you will find the top 3 restaurants where we have eaten.
We loved goat cheese, papas arrugadas, churros, aceituna, and pescado del dia.
Gran Canaria is a world in itself. Hike it, explore it, and enjoy it.
Whether you are climbing mountains, walk through ancient villages, or relaxing by the sea, Gran Canaria will capture your heart with its beauty, diversity, and energy.
And if you love authentic travels and outdoor adventures, make sure to subscribe to my channel. New journeys are waiting for you.